Let's glorify God. I'm not saying you take the position of the priest. If you study Israel, Moses was the leader, Aaron was the priest. But when they crossed the Red Sea in Exodus 15 verse 20 to 21, it was Miriam that led Israel to give thanks. So every mother must master the art of gratitude. The least thing that God does in the family, lead the family to give God thanks. And you will see how God will multiply his blessings upon the house. The fourth ministry of mothers is the ministry of intercession. Every mother must be a prayer warrior. If you don't pray, the white beast we find a pathway into the family. Every mother. 1 Samuel 1 verse 9 to 28. We saw that when the man did not have a child, he said, instead of burdening myself, let me get another wife and produce children. But you see, the other wives can't raise prophets. So it's not about children, it's about prophet. Israel needed the prophet. You know, men look for solution. And some of you don't have spiritual men that will seek God. So when there is problem, this job is not working, it takes another job. No, it's not job. There's an attack on the ordination of that bloodline. The man got another wife, got children, but Hannah won't rest. It was an intercession that activated the priesthood of Eli, because Eli was blind. Even the priest in the land had no eyes. The Bible said in those days there was no open vision. The voice of God was scarce, and so there was no help from the priesthood. But a woman began to intercede. Her intercession activated Eli, and Eli said, go, you have a child. For the first time, the voice of the priest was heard. And when Samuel was born, the priesthood didn't end until a prophet rose in Israel. We need praying women. We have seen too much mascara, foundation. We have seen gold, diamond. Where are the warriors in the spirit? The women of Shiloh that will not sleep until a prophet is born. Where are those women? We are a generation of Instagram. Fingernails are longer than fork. They can't wash clothes and plate anymore because the finger is too long. I'm not against finger, I'm not against mascara, but where are the women that can cry? The Bible said Rachel was weeping for her children. When children are held in bondage, it's women that cry and say, restore, 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 restore. Where are the Rachel? I heard a voice in Ramah. Rachel was weeping for her children. We have wayward children on the street. Where are Rachel? Today, people are on drugs. Yahoo, Yahoo everywhere. But we can't find Rachel. Break the womb of Rachel that will cry and release lamentation over a generation. Children are lost. Lost to gambling. Lost to violence. Lost to manipulation and gimmicks. And we can't find women that cry. In Matthew chapter 2 verse 18, it says, I heard a cry in Ramah. It was not men that were crying. It was Rachel. Rachel was weeping. We need women that can ransom a generation. Our sons can't be given to alcoholism. Our sons cannot become bandits. Our sons with potentials cannot become Yahoo Yahoo people. The soul of a generation must be restored, but the cry of Rachel must be heard. I came to acknowledge and to appreciate you for who you are, but I also came to cast a burden that you are not just bearing a title, you are sitting in an office. Motherhood is an office. The hope of a generation is resident with mothers, and we need wailing men, wailing women. Please sit down. The fifth ministry of mothers is teaching and discipleship. I'm sure you saw that already. Titus 2 verse 3 to 5. Say, let the older women teach the younger ones. Our sisters need to be taught. And that's why the ministry of mothers must be restored. We have women today who are ladies and are not transiting to wives and mothers because there's a gap. No matter how a father loves the daughter, he doesn't have the utensils to make her become a wife or a mother. That's the ministry of the older women. Even to love their husbands, they have to be taught. Because love is not just a feeling. There are depths to love. When you become a wife, love is submission. Your father can't teach you that. It's your mother that will give you the skill and tell you, listen, there's a way you answer your husband when he's angry. There's a way you talk to your husband when you need him to do something. There's a way you guide your husband. I don't have those skills because I'm not a mother. And if mothers don't rise, divorce will keep increasing. Because your power is not muscles. Your power is wisdom. And that wisdom has to be transferred. Otherwise, you will marry your husband and you want to do muscles. After a while, you discover that's not your strength. Because when you finish fighting, you will go home. Your husband, in the night, when your husband is sleeping, you will be crying. And the home will be wrecked. And the reason is because mothers are failing. They are not teaching the younger women how to talk to their husbands, how to talk to their children and raise prophets. So we need the teaching ministry of mothers. Teach the younger women. They need to know what it means to be a woman. Those days when we were growing up, the moment you are approaching puberty, when you sit down, they say close your legs. When you start maturing, they tell you don't wear transparent things. Your body is sacred. And they taught them how to wear things under to cover their garments. They taught them how to greet. But today we have naked women on the street, and sisters have become harlots. Deborahs are wasted because they were not taught. And when you don't teach people, you leave a vacuum, and those vacuums will be accommodated because there are other intelligences from the demonic realm. That's why women think today that they are relevant when they are naked.